There's my two sweetgrass babies. They were Sunny and Cher, but I've come to the conclusion they are Sunny and Sunny. And there's Bluey and Timothy. This is Clementine Jr., Clementine the first, Clementine the second. That gorgeous boy there in the front, that's Peep Peep. He's my favorite. He did let me love on him, but he's quit. And there behind him is Brian Jr. And another little dark lady. Up there's some cows. They don't really have names. There's old Mama, but she's about it. Only because we've had her so long, she has a name. And she's had a lot of babies for us. Feed these old turkeys and chickens. There's my Peep Peep. He's so handsome. Him is so handsome. And that's my Lucifer. Her name's Bluey. And that's Timothy. When I got him, I was told he was a boy, but I wasn't sure. I didn't trust him at first, so it was between Timothy and Tammy. And he took so long to let us know for sure what he was that he wound up with the name Timothy. Timothy's a boy. And there is my most beautiful Daisy May. She is the biggest bully of all of them. But we love her. She sits here, as you can see, she's been molting. And she sits here outside the coop every morning and waits for these guys to be released. You're not gonna go. As you can see, these guys will follow me wherever I go because they always think they're getting something. Timothy, you are so gorgeous. You're so gorgeous. Where's Poofhead and her babies at? Those guys you saw before were my backyard coop. These are my barnyard. These guys right now are molting so bad that it looks like there's been a massacre. There are feathers everywhere. That prettiest girl there in the middle, the red, that's originally her name was Sophia. My first 4 girls were named after the Golden Girls. She's the only survivor. So I've named her after changed her name from another one of my favorite movies, which Golden Girls isn't a movie, but Hope Floats. The part where the little girl was being harassed, Bernice was being harassed by a schoolmate, and the little boy says, yeah, she's being chased by Big Dolores. So this is now Big Dolores. I can look in her eyes and see how old she's getting, and it makes me sad. But she's my favorite girl. Hers is my favorite. And this big girl over here with her head down, that's Mama. She's the first one who tried to hatch babies for me. All the girls. Rowan B, I am trying to talk here. She tried to hatch me some babies, but all the girls in the coop kept stealing her eggs and busting her eggs, so we gave her some day-old Polish that I got at Tractor Supply, and she raised those for me. That's Poofetta. Her mama's Polish, and her daddy is Brian, wherever he's at. My little Cochin right back there. That's Brian. Brian's had a hard time since moving over here with Rowan, but they're figuring it out. I love my chickens. They're one of my favorite things in the whole world. This little flock here, which isn't little as you can see, is what has gotten me through the COVID in the beginning. Mr. Rowan B. Rowan B. Crowin. Him is so handsome. But these guys are what saved me during COVID. They gave me something to focus on, take my mind off of the fear. I have bad anxiety. Look at that poor girl. Heaven forbid. She is molting like everything. This one here too. But their feathers are coming back in. You can see the blood feather starting. And they'll be fluffing back up and being pretty again. Excuse. Hopefully, she'll be feathered back out before it gets cold soon. But this is what it looks like. It is a massacre. Feathers. And of course, poop. Because that's all chickens seem to do. You give them one ounce of feed, and they'll give you 6 pounds of poop. Feathers, feathers, feathers. Pretty sure that's Rowan's last tail feather that finally let go a couple weeks ago. Feathers everywhere. Feathers. If you didn't know any better and you walked out to this, you would think that there had been a chicken massacre. There's one of Daisy May's feathers. She comes over here a lot too. But no, it's just their yearly molt. There's their playhouse I got them that they have nothing to do with. There's my Specky with the good feathers. I love her. She's one of my oldest girls too. And then there's my Salmon Favorelle. I always wanted one of those, finally got some. They're antisocial. This girl right here is gorgeous. She's so pretty. And then the little naked girls. Piles of feathers everywhere. Brian's molting too. You can see the white sticking out on him. He looks pitiful. But he's a good boy. My pretty mama girl. There's my pretty mama girl. She's so gorgeous, and she is huge compared to all the rest of my chickens. She is twice the size of most of them. But she's a good girl, and we love her. More feathers to make it look like there's been a massacre. Mama, where'd all those feathers come from? Mama is odd. She molts around July, August. All the other girls, as you can see, molt now, but she has always molted about 3 or 4 months before everyone else. Been supplementing their food, giving them some cat food to help them with their molt. That seems to be helping a little bit, but they need more. Poofhead, is it really necessary to shoot that food everywhere? Did you ever think anybody else wanted to eat it? Excuse the state of the coop. Again, molting. And obviously Poofhead trying to teach these babies to shoot food everywhere. She has 5 little babies. There's 2. There's 3. They are Brian Jr. and Peep Peep's offspring. And she has been one of the best little mamas there is. More often than not, I make it into the house with eggs in my pocket. Especially like right now when it's molting and I don't need to carry a basket to collect eggs. Just walked in, found these in my pocket.